She fell off the cliff, needed a lift. I had to be swift, she tell me.
It's my second time on the chair. So you know, Stevens, my boy, had a fall in. Christmas time, Christmas the carnival. So let's chat. Mr. Multimedia at it as usual. You know, when I'm not doing some cartooning or animation, I will be behind the camera directing or producing, or in front of the camera as my artist self, right? So it's a bit of all of that going on at the moment right now. I just recently completed my material and put it out for the Christmas season. 2 new songs in the mix. One is called The Shack Shack Woman, the story of a buxom young lady who commandeers the parang side with her shack shack marac shaking abilities. Leave the rest of your imagination. And the other one is what I dub a soca parang love song, Kelinda, meaning how beautiful, right? So those are the 2 songs in the Christmas space. And I recently also released some new music in the chutney soca vein as well as the soca vein. So I have some new material also in the soca vein and the soca chutney vein. I have one on the My Decision rhythm. That song is called Tonight Is Yours. Of course, the My Decision rhythm is the one with the song by Margin Voice that has been getting a lot of traction. Produced by Isaac Blackman, featuring myself, Freetown Collective, Simba Amani, and I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I think that's it, right? And then, well, as I said, I have the soca chutney or chutney soca, depending on how you want to fling it or say it. And that is myself, produced by myself, featuring Raj of Babash fame and the vocals of Arti Budkun. Tabla and Dolak played by Adi RemBunction, produced, mixed and mastered by Ravi Suku out of Canada. Shouts to him. He also did another track for me back in the day called Chana, and mastered by Mike. So that's it for now. Oh yes, and then production-wise and video production-wise, I did something recently for my brother Ola Tunji, where we did Bodyline, right, in collaboration with the team out of SMSD, yeah? So there you go. Some new music may trickle out still, if I get a little time, still in the carnival space, but definitely right after carnival, look for a lot of other non-seasonal material coming out the gates. But I don't know, somehow I just managed, right? I mean, I tried to timetable, and you know, when I get in my discipline mode, I'll have my whiteboard with my timelines to know that, hey, I have this to do at such and such a time, to make sure that I don't have conflicts. Because within there as well, especially right now, where we're in December, Christmas time, of course, I'm juggling performances as well. So it's just hectic, but I don't know, maybe I just always had energy. That's where the RemBunction come from. Rambunctious, energetic, everything. So I just find the energy somehow and just do the do. I mean, I don't really have any pie in the sky aspirations, you know. I just have always been content with making material that resonates, that has longevity. So like even in the context of some of my older stuff that's still fresh to this day. Recently I performed for some kids at a charity event in Arima, and it's just great to see that 11 years on, children who weren't even born when the song was written, this is Mr. Santa Claus I'm referring to now, singing it word for word, you know, and then they come in and hugging you up and things. That to me is testament to good work. And so I try to just make sure that in any field of endeavor that I'm doing good work, that people remember. People still reference, people forever calling and telling me why to bring back Rem in a box. But for me, it's different periods in time, different snapshots in your life. But it's good that it connects with them so deeply that they cherish the memories, or they cherish the song, or they cherish the video, you know. So for Remy, it just has always been making music, art, and anything within the creative and entertainment field that has lasting power, staying power, that connects with you on a deeper level just than fast food or throwaway, you know. Well, definitely. I mean, I started off in the earlies as a graphic designer, graphic artist, was part of your team at EPH back in the day. And as I tell many people in interviews, for me, art and entertainment and all those different things were always interconnected, right? So it was always a case of from one strength to the other. So you never master anything. You continue to get better all the time. But I just always like the cross-pollination, because sometimes what I learn in a video production, I could apply it back to graphic design and vice versa, and music, right? And as I said, it started off with comic strip drawings in your copybook, moving forward to graphic design and wanting to learn and understand that, and then from graphic design wanting to do animation, and animation to live action stuff. And simultaneously I was always into music and choir and theater So it has just basically been all my schools of endeavor that have always been kind of touching back on each other all the time. And, you know, that has been my story, so to speak. So a lot of people will be surprised to see I'm a singer now or an animator now, but not knowing that it all stems from way back in my youth. It's just that, you know, I guess you gain some prominence, and so people now kind of recognize that. But even with the new stuff I'm doing with the puppets, I started way back in the days on doing puppets with my cousins and a good friend of mine in Belmont. And then we used to go on Dateline and Ricky Tikki, right? If some people, the older heads might remember that, you know? So it's just like, as with many things in this life, things come full circle, you know? So that's what's been going on with me too, you know? Yeah. You see, I think sometimes the problem is not necessarily that they don't know the purpose or can't find it, but it's just not opportunities to express it and showcase it, right? Because, you know, from way back when they have the classic statements of they wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, or the safe jobs, or go and learn a trade, right? And a lot of people's skill sets don't necessarily lie in any of those categories, right? I have been fortunate in that from early, I knew that I had this artistic ability, and I was always encouraged by my family and friends and parents to pursue it. And I think that is a major problem, a major disconnect we have often, where the support system is not in place for people and young people to find their passion or express their passion. Because, I mean, as you talk about conversation, if you hold them in conversation and for long enough, I think they are often able to internalize and think about what it is I really love to do, you know? And they will be able to tell you, well, I like to plant and do landscaping, or I really enjoy carpentry, or anything of that nature, you know? Like when they internalize and think about, when they think of their history in school or wherever, they would have got formal or informal education. I think in your soul sometimes is no. Some people don't, right? Fair, but many do, I think. It's just the opportunity and the avenues that we often lack. And then to us as people, you will probably check the group of fellas and be like, you know what? Not so much. But this, you know what I mean? Because that's the next thing too. Sometimes you might want to give people opportunities, but you have to be realistic to your situation, and you have to also kind of, like it or not, we often make a judgment about people and whether or not you want them in your space too. That's the reality of things too, you know? You know, again, as I talk about the fact that all of these things are just skill sets that I've always been honing and trying to improve as time goes by. Raj, who we'll meet in a short while, a good buddy of mine, he came to my studio a while back with a song idea called Babash. I kind of say, his partner, you want to do that? So I produced the song for him. People love it off. It's been getting a lot of love and views on YouTube for a while now, right? He come back again, right? So this time he say he have a story about, he said it was actually life imitating art, vice versa, right? He went on a hiking trip with Ravi B, Ricky Jai, Drupati, Raymond Ramnarayan, and Ki, and RT Budkun. Another young lady went with him, and she was taking a selfie of the side of the mountain, carelessly slip and fall down, right? He found himself to be the hero and had to now try to pull her back up the hill. And he wanted to sing a song about it, right? So Sorry is that story, is actually the song that complements that whole story and that experience of Raj and company going on this hiking trip and having to save the young lady who had fallen off the side of the cliff. He was pulling her by her sari. So, you know, I think maybe without much more talk from me, let's check in with Raj, you know?
Well, yes, thanks for that, RemBunction. Greetings to the OMG family. Yours truly, Raj. And I just want to introduce my new track. The name of it is Sari, featuring yours truly, Raj, and RT Budkun. Enjoy.
Don't try to pull me. I'll pull you, Betty, back to safety. I'm climbing down.
So that was Raj, you know, and again, shouts to the entire team that worked on that project, produced by yours truly, RemBunction, mixed by Ravi Suku, Dolak Tabla by RemBunction, and mastered by Mice. Vocals, the female vocals, RT Budkun. So, you know, the whole team came together nicely. And of course, check the video out on YouTube. That's Sari, Sari. Yeah, Raj doing his thing. He's a character, what I can tell you. Well, to be honest, most times I don't definitely know, right? I just have ideas swimming in my head, and it's about when is the right time, so to speak. Sometimes just feel like the right time and the thing that's come to you, you know? And also, you also have to juggle your reality and the time and what makes sense financially. So as it stands right now, I just have a few music projects coming out, and I'll probably be spending a lot of my energy doing production for other people for the time being. I have 1 or 2 other things that I want to do for RemBunction the artist. I want to do a kids song that hopefully I can bring out in time within the carnival space, and then it moves onward, because you know the biggest forum a lot of the time for the music, which is unfortunate, I think, is carnival, right? Because a lot of great stuff comes out in that small time frame, and then a lot of it is lost. But that's a whole other discussion, right? So I have that idea brewing, and then I may also want to do a collaboration with my little brother as well. So that's what I have on the immediate cards. And as I told you all earlier, more music outside of carnival. So it's Christmas to carnival to all the time. So that's it in a nutshell. RemBunction. Well, my most recent OMG moment comes like in 2 parts, but it's a similar scenario. It was singing one of my classics, Mr. Santa Claus, over the Christmas period. And sometimes, you know, you're tired and you're like, oh God, I gotta go and perform, right? And after the performance, when you figure, hey, people talk or who ain't take you on or whatever, and as I walking out, this young girl run up to me and hug me. So, you know, and it's like, wow, the fact that, you know, even when you're not in the mood or you feeling underappreciated, it always have somebody that it connects with and that it means something to them and it brightens their day. So it happened with one little young lady at that one event, and then the very next day, same thing with another, you know, you're just ready to walk on somebody, grab and hug you. And sometimes that is just, it's just mean the world, right? It's just like, you'll be like, all right, you know what? Continue doing it. OMG. That's my OMG moment, definitely. Well, all right, yours truly RemBunction inside your session right here on the OMG Digital Magazine, and it's been a pleasure. I hope I didn't bore it too much. I had some fun here hanging out with my boy Steven, and of course on social media you can check me out on all the usual channels. The only one that is different is Twitter, which is RemBunction at RemBunction, and everything else is RemBunction, RemBunction, right? So, and if you want to get in contact with my team for gigs or anything of that nature, bookings, it's teamrembunction@gmail.com. Well, all right, RemBunction! And I'm gone.
Pull she, pull me.